Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast with just in the game, so you can guess boots are being bought. Will the supports buy boots? We will see. And the next episode of League of Legends cast is by me. No, seriously, we'll go through it eventually. But first the teams. So we have a Gragas in the middle, and why not? They're awesome. We have a Malphite in the jungle, why not? Because they're awesome. A Nunu support, why not? Because he's with a Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw likes attack speed. He likes it like his dinner, which is a lot. He eats and never sleeps. That's his law. Well, he sleeps, but he eats a lot. Here, have some lore on a plate. And last but by no means least, at least in the laning phase, it's Jace. He's a very good laner. I don't like him in team fights, but hey, if he's able to get ahead, then he is strong. He'll be up against a Malphite, apparently, which is very scary indeed. Malphites are pretty good against Jace. He will have some troubles in the beginning because he will get out of mana pretty quickly, but if he's able to conserve it well enough and dodge a lot of the skill shots of Jace, well, he should be fine. He's a Malphite. He can stack up armor early on in the game and it will be beneficial to him. Jungle Lee Sin, and he is dancing outside the brush but still remains stealthed, which is a very good ability to have. Nidalee in the middle. This is awesome. I'll keep my eyes on her because it's actually very hard to be a middle Nidalee, especially considering the amounts of ability power she has. She can't really use her spears at all. If she's able to, then congratulations to her, but on high elo it's pretty hard to hit those spears. We shall see. And then we have Corki together with Janna taking the wolves. You don't see that too often that they take the wolves, well, mostly because your jungler will take the wolves because they prefer to have blue. But that's the plus side of Lee Sin. He doesn't really need blue because he has energy. So, middle is already starting the game and my voice is already crippling once more. I thought I'd be fine for now. I thought my voice was back on track 100% because if you've heard last game, it was broken like hell. I don't know if I'll upload it yet. It's still in the making, so we shall see. But for now my voice is fine and I'll drink a lot of water, so I'll pause a lot in the game. If I do, it's because I'm drinking water. It's important, people, drink water. The rest comes later. And that didn't rhyme. It rhymes in my language. So yeah, Jace immediately using his ranged form to keep the pressure onto the Malphite, taking a lot of hits. Well, I think he did because his granite shield was already down and he lost some HP. I can only guess. Lee Sin spotted by a ward apparently, so nice ward coverage there. How paranoid do you need to be to ward your own red? Well, if you're facing a Lee Sin, that paranoid. Kog'Maw also spotted by a ward will not be able to help Lee Sin just fast enough. However, guess what? You didn't thought there was a ward over there, now did you, Lee Sin? And that's gonna be a very deadly Sin. Unless if he's able to just safeguard away to safety, but one more Ice Blast that he should be dead. Nidalee now going in. Oh, there were a lot of people there, so thank God she was able to flash, but I couldn't believe it's not butter. Well, what I can't believe really is that Lee Sin was able to get out of that mess. Amazing play. Good play by both teams. They were all there at the time they needed to be there. And that's awesome. No. Who's dying? I don't know. Is it you? It was Maokai. He was executed. So that's really bad. That's a blue buff gone. That's a lot of ganking potential gone for the next, I'd say, 30 seconds. Okay, he's back alive. He still needs to move and he still needs to kill. He actually lost his red buff as well, so he died after he took red, so that's really bad, very bad indeed. So he doesn't have any buffs to assist him in his ganking, so that's a jungler that's not as effective as you want him to be. However, of course, Maokais are very good no matter what. They don't really need the buffs, except maybe blue in the beginning, but his main strength is, of course, that twisted advance to gank. It's a certain hit attack, so you'll know that you'll snare them. So we shall see how he'll cope. Lee Sin is laughing his butt out, however. He should. It's a very good thing to have. His blue buff is still up. He might give it to Nidalee in the not so distant future. Gragas being aggressive with a barrel, doing half of the HP of Nidalee. Nidalee returning some of the damage with a spear, which is a good thing. However, Gragas is a very regen-y type of person. Because of his passive, he regens 2% each time he uses an ability. And is this going to be a successful gank on Jace? Well, Malphite doesn't want to make it so that if Malphite becomes aggressive, then Jace will know he needs to run away, and Jace is very good at running away. However, thanks to the hit of Lee Sin, Malphite was able to hit Seismic Shard, and now it's Jace, and a Hyper is going to flash a little bit too late. Another Seismic Shard will make it so that first blood will be given to Maokai. Congratulations, Maokai. You take the money home and show it to your family. Which are bonsai trees for kids? I don't know. I just like to make stories up once in a while. Corki, trying to farm underneath his turret, is doing fairly well. Janna is actually doing a great job of hitting the minions in such a way so that Corki will only need to shoot them once, even though of course his own minions are messing it up a little bit, so good support play considering. And of course shielding Corki to give even more attack damage and more power. Though an attack speed Kog'Maw is very hard to beat early on in the game, he will just push on with the Blood Boil of Nunu. Lee Sin going to gank Gragas, a very hard thing to do. Gragas will, now that Gragas used his body slam, that's the cue for Lee Sin to go in, but he's too far off. Gragas walked on a Nidalee trap though, so Lee Sin has vision, will be able to hit a lot of damage there. Gragas actually going out of position, a spear will not hit thanks to the minion over there. Now Malphite is getting ganked by the Maokai, a nice little twisted advance there, and a good hammer by Jace. Malphite in a heap of trouble will die as well. So top lane, both of them died once, got a kill, so it's actually quite equal. Of course, a first blood is worth more than just a regular blood, if you can call it that. Lee Sin giving blue to Nidalee, she will need it. It will give her heal. Well, she can heal into infinity and beyond thanks to that buff, so it should be fine now. Kog'Maw still pushing away the Corki and the Janna from the minions. Very good play indeed. Well, Janna is a very squishy support, so she really can't go into the front line. She really wants her AD carry to take some of the damage thanks to that shield. And she actually has quite good ability power ratios on her attack, especially her Zephyr. It's really cheap and it can do a lot of damage if you level it first. But it made it so if they attack her instead, then it's really bad because she'll take a lot of damage. Trust me on this one, guys. I really hope that she has some bonus armor and magic resistance. I can't really see, but she should, because she's a Janna and a support. Kog'Maw level 6, so now he'll be a big bully with those. Well, I was going to say a Bioarcane Barrage, but that's the attack speed. It's the Living Artillery, which can do a lot of damage. However, the mana cost is of course very expensive for Living Artillery. If you're not ability power Kog'Maw and you don't have a lot of mana, then you can't really do it all that much. The more consecutive times you use it, the more the mana cost is. It's like Kassadin's Riftwalk. But, well, if you have a blue buff on a Kog'Maw, you can do a lot of damage with those artillery strikes. It's insane, really. A possible gank onto Jace. Will Jace expect this? I don't know. The turret will most likely push the minions back towards, I think, here. If Jace is fast enough, however, it would appear that this minion wave will die to the tower as well. Jace actually going to be aggressive thanks to Maokai going in from the top. However, they don't know Lee Sin is there. Malphite using his ultimate there. Maokai as well, so I'm not wrong. But that will be a dead Jace. The red buff of Lee Sin is just too strong. Will Maokai die? I don't know. Nidalee is there as well. Will she be able to throw a spear? Yes, she will. Then kick in by Nidalee going in as a kitty. Will she be able to throw one last spear? Ignite is going down. Spear is missing, but one more auto attack should be more than enough to get the kill onto Maokai. Actually not, but the spear is a sure hit from that close. That is going to be a barrel by Gragas. Well, it missed, but Gragas was actually able to get a double kill, which we will look once Nidalee is able to escape. If she's able to escape, that's why I'm looking, but I don't think Gragas will be able to kill her. He realizes this, is going for a drink. I want to know how he hit his ultimate, because that is really should be awesome. Oh, I went a bit too far here, so we have the entire fight. We'll go 2 times the speed. So here we had Nidalee. Gragas now going in from the bottom will have a very good, well, point to shoot. Both Malphite and Lee Sin took a shot, and that's a double kill by just throwing the beer down. So nice kill there, Gragas. We'll go and speed this one up for the chase of a lifetime. You can't chase a Nidalee. Of course, Gragai The plural of Gragas is Gregai. No way! Gragas is a fast champion as well, but Nidalee in a jungle is just a little bit faster in my book. Kog'Maw without his support here. Nunu actually going for a ward. Nope. He wanted to go aggressive onto Nidalee apparently, because I don't see him warding at all. Does he have wards? Well, no, he doesn't. Wait, he does. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Sorry, I was watching at the wrong screen. Well, I was watching here and not here. That's Nunu's team. A bit ridiculous on my part. I'm sorry. Lee Sin going in to gank the bottom. Will he be able to get through? Well, they don't have any wards. A nice little whirlwind tab by Janna will knock them up. Corki now going in aggressive. Nunu taking a lot of damage. Is going to try and lure the enemy team towards him so that Kog'Maw can get away. Will it be enough? I don't know. Lee Sin will have this strike ready and he will have the kill as well. Will Kog'Maw get him though? He actually might, unless Lee Sin is able to safeguard away to a ward. Amazing play indeed. Good job there, Lee Sin. Maokai and Gragas are coming, but pings were going down. Red team is retreating, so they won't get the kill they wanted. A pity indeed. If only you'd be faster, Gragas. Well, you can't have everything in life. As I'm going for a sip of water. Giggity! Nidalee has 69 minion kills. And not anymore. So Nidalee 71 minion kills to Gragas, who should have a lot more. Yes, 103. But she's coping fairly well for a Nidalee, let's say. But you can clearly see why mid Nidalee isn't really that potent. Because of course Gragas will just push you to your tower into infinity. I keep saying that. I realize. We'll push your tower immensely. Let us say a nice spear there by Nidalee. If she would have gone kitty, I think it could have been a kill. She's actually going for it with the flash. Amazing job. The element of surprise is a very important element indeed in this game. That's why you buy wards. Oh, the spear almost hitting again there. That was amazing play by Nidalee according to the book with the flash pounce. People do not understand how far she could go, but that was an amazing kill indeed. As I was saying that mid Nidalee wasn't viable, she proved that she can cope herself quite a bit. Lee Sin now going to gank the Jace. Nice kick there with the ultimate, and then of course resonating strike upon his face. Jace trying to flash away, but Lee Sin was waiting for it. So he actually didn't resonated strike. Struck? Hard words here. Oh my god, Kog'Maw dancing the dance of the devils is able to escape. And now Nunu will escape as well because Janna took a lot of damage and Maokai was there. So they needed to retreat no matter what. Amazing play there, Kog'Maw. Showing that even a slow champion can become a fast one with Blood Boil. Don't die on me though. Well, he probably won't. Nidalee now with a red buff is a very, very strong champion. Because if you play against the top lane Nidalee, especially when she's attack damage, you know how much she can harass with just throwing her attacks. Of course she needs the brushes to do that, but hey, a red buff is fine on my book. Lee Sin trying to counter jungle the Maokai. He has the timer apparently on the blue buff, I don't know, I hope so, but apparently Maokai has it as well, so luckily for him he went away while he has a ward, so he knew when Maokai was coming, now spotted by a ward himself. Janna going in alone on a Kog'Maw and Nunu going in from behind, but there's a ward as well. Red team is warding like crazy on the bottom lane, well everywhere to be honest. The ward coverage of these guys is very splendid indeed. Ooh, Corki, you need to be careful there. You should have seen, well no, there's a pink ward over here, so good job there by Nunu preventing good vision for Corki. However, they still have a ward in the tri-bush, which in my honest opinion is the most important ward if you are the top player. If you are red team, then clearly ward this brush and not just ward here. For the jungler will most likely come through here, that's what I'm saying. And they have wards over here as well, so there's no way the jungler can surprise him from behind. Oh, it's top? No, it's bottom? Who is dying? Is it... Well, it doesn't matter, it appears that Gragas will die. He's going to body slam to safety, but he will get a nice surround onto him, so he might try and dodge Nidalee, but you cannot run away from a Nidalee in a jungle. Oh, she actually failed her pounce there, but she actually predicted the movement of Gragas there. Nice play, missing. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage by Gragas. Will it be enough? Well, the heal of Nidalee together with the safeguard prevented the kill on Lee Sin, but it was awesome. That was a lot of damage. Did he have Deathfire Grasp? No, he didn't, so... Oh my. Gragas is still a force to be reckoned with. I might say. Kog'Maw and Corki just farming, trying to farm as much as they want. Kog'Maw a little bit ahead onto the Corki thanks to that early game pushing they did. Nidalee actually doing a fairly good job against the Gragas. You are surprising me, kitty, and I love surprises. And my voice is doing well as well, so it's a plus for everyone. Except for maybe blue team who are behind, well, 1k gold. It's not the end of the world, everything can still happen. And it will. So I am going to drink some more water, and maybe I'll drink 2 liters in this game, who knows. But then I'll need to go to the toilet, and that's a bad thing. Actually, Malphite is 1 level ahead on Jace, which is very surprising indeed. At this time of the game, Jace should be able to just be very aggressive onto Malphite. But then again, as long as Malphite has mana, he is a bully. He can just seismic shard all day long. But that's actually the thing, how you need to play against a Malphite. But you need to be careful, because he just wants to poke you as low as he can, until you're low enough for him to just unstoppable force on your face and then kill you. Which is about now, apparently, according to Malphite's movements. But we shall see. A lot of movement now going down onto the bottom lane, where both of the junglers are there. Lee Sin should have been... No, actually, he isn't spotted. This ward is just for Dragon and Dragon alone. If Kog'Maw would Arcane Barrage. And here they go, Kog'Maw going in onto Corki, Nunu using his ultimate, interrupted by Janna. Janna now using her ultimate to try and knock the enemies back towards Lee Sin. Actually, it did work a little bit, Lee Sin not... Oh no, Janna actually dying to Maokai, and Lee Sin wasn't able to go in onto the Kog'Maw or the Nunu, so that's a pity indeed. She should have stayed a bit further away, Janna, I might say, because of course Kog'Maw with his artillery can go pretty far. Actually, Lee Sin going in from behind. If he's able to resonate strike onto the Kog'Maw, he will die. He did hit a minion, is going in, but Kog'Maw flashing away immediately. The ignite will not kill him. So now it's Corki who's in a big trouble indeed. Maokai doesn't have that much mana, so he should be fine. Corki should be careful still. Now Gragas is there. Gragas should be able to catch the Corki, because Corki doesn't have mana to Valkyrie Way. Nidalee is there to suppress him though, but that's the ultimate of Gragas with the almost a double kill. Lee Sin flashing away. Gragas doesn't have mana, so let's check out Nidalee, who is trying to go for the kill onto Nunu. Goes for the ignite, and then immediately it goes for Gragas instead. Amazing double kill there. Will she be able to catch the Kog'Maw? She's able to jump over the ooze. Is going for another pounce and flash in with the takedown. Will take Kog'Maw down. The nice shield of Janna as well was able to prevent Nidalee from dying there, but I think she would have made it out okay. Triple kill for Nidalee. Oh baby. Ability power Nidalee, how I love thee. Gragas now going for the Abyssal Scepter apparently, and I can't really blame him. Those spears will do a lot of damage, especially once Nidalee is fed, and trust me, she is fed. Dragon, first one of the game, I think. At 17 minutes and a half for red team. Next one will be up at 33 minutes and a half. Jace wasn't there in the fight, and I can't really blame him, so that will be a turret. First one of the game as well for blue team. So blue team trying to do as much as they can to try and keep the gold differentiation at an all-time minimum, and that's a good thing. You do not want to make a Nidalee snowball away too far. Nidalee now in a heap of trouble. She used her flash aggressively, so she can't really get away. Ignite going down onto her, so the heal will not be as effective as she would want it to, and that's a kill. So she got shot down, blue buff taken away from her. Gragas retrieving a lot of money thanks to the shutdown. That was 5 kills on a Nidalee, 5-0, so that's actually a lot of bonus money. A lot of important bonus money, and Gragas has more farm, though Nidalee is catching up to him. Not at a rapid rate, but once Nidalee has kitty form, she can farm just as well as anyone else. Maybe even better than most. Lee Sin trying to defend this tower, but the damage Gragas is able to do onto him is just too terrifying for him. He must be careful. Once Gragas has his ultimate, which is now, he could do a lot of damage. Maybe Lee Sin should have some magic resistance by now. Well, he has the Mercury threats. It will lower the damage that Gragas is able to do on him, at least by a little bit. And that girl had high heels. I don't know if you were able to hear that, but she had high heels. Lee Sin going to gank Jace. Will he succeed? We shall see. Well, he was able to surprise him a little bit, but he didn't go aggressive at all. Malphite now going in as well onto Gragas. He's going to ward and then try to go for a gank. Well, Gragas has always been aggressive. Unstoppable Force will most likely hit Seismic Shard first. And actually they aren't going in. The flash was too good. Body slamming away from those spears. He just mocks Nidalee. And Nidalee will not like that at all. Yep. Good job. Another gank onto Jace. We shall see. Well, Lee Sin has a red buff now, so he should be able to slow down Jace just a little bit. But he misses the Resonating Strike. Ooh, Sonic Wave didn't hit, so he couldn't do Resonating Strike no matter what. Pings are going down on the bottom lane, so I feel like, I'm gonna check it out. Oh yes, there was a Maokai, but he's gone. He's long gone. They have a ward here, so they'll know if he stands in the brush that he's there, and they should know that he isn't there. Because he should have already stood in that brush, unless he's a real pro. Seismic Shards going down onto Jace like there's no tomorrow, but hey, Jace can do a lot of damage as well, so he returns it just splendidly. They wanted blue, there is no blue. Will it spawn? I don't know, it should spawn just about, if they have the timer on it, why not? Nidalee going in for a gank onto Jace. Malphite is of course a very tanky champion. If he has a lot of armor, which he does, he has the Sunfire Cape, so he should be able to tank this tower for a long time. Gets knocked back, but that won't work. Well, it doesn't matter anyway, he won't survive all that damage by 3 players. And that's a kill onto Jace, so good play there by red team. This blue buff still hasn't spawned, so it was good to do anyway, but their blue has spawned, so need to be careful there. If I was Gragas, I would have sneaked my way into their jungle, knowing that both Lee Sin and Nidalee weren't at their blue. Then again, he needs the timer on blue, so maybe he doesn't even know blue is there. They probably don't. I haven't seen anyone counter jungle except for Lee Sin. And that's the first tower for red team. So all the top towers, well, the both outer top towers have been destroyed. It's time for the inners to get destroyed, but that won't happen, I think, because they are very important towers. Well, Baron wise, I must say, because it's about time that the teams are beginning to think about when they are going to do Baron, and mostly they'll push the bottom towers because that's the furthest away from Baron. So if they're able to destroy this inhibitor, for example, you'll need one guy defending this lane, the bottom lane, and that's very far away from Baron. So it will ensure for a much easier Baron. Of course, the middle lane is also a very important lane to take, because of course it's the middle one. It gives you both mobility to the top and the bottom. But late game, I'd say the bottom lane is more important to defend. Just because if they get your inhibitor, then your Baron will be less defended as you would want it to. That is all. So, red team actually going to push down onto the middle tower. Dragon should about spawn, 1 minute to go. So they are going to push this lane. And then afterwards they will probably convert it into a dragon. Unless of course blue team is just able to pull them away. And that's an unstoppable force going in onto Gragas. Lee Sin with the Dragon Rage is not able to hit. He didn't do it, now he does. So that will be a dead Gragas. But Gragas took you first, Lee Sin. Gragas took you first. Now Nidalee in a heap of trouble together with Corki. Corki dying thanks to the artillery of Kog'Maw flashing away from them. Nidalee, well, she is a fast champ, so she should be able to get away. I can't say the same thing for Malphite though. Maokai twisted advance onto him, and that will be a very quick kill. Kog'Maw, of course, a very dangerous champion if left alone. Pings are going down onto Baron. However, this is also one of the beautiful things of an AP Nidalee. She will be able to poke down and even kill Jace. So that's a very, very good spear indeed. Well, she had the vision with that ward. No, wait, that's the red team. Yes, she had the vision with that ward, so she really knew exactly where Jace was. So there was no possible way for Jace to escape that spear from the dark. Nunu is going to try and get Nidalee. It won't work, I think. Unless, of course, well, no, Kog'Maw doesn't have enough mana. It won't work. Well, he's going to try. Nidalee is just going to back off. Kog'Maw is gone no matter what. And Janna wasn't actually in the last fight, so what was she doing? Farming bot? Well, she might have. She's now going to be aggressive onto her Kog'Maw. Need to be careful there, girl. Pings are going down onto you. Not too sure why. Well, because of Dragon, of course, probably. She has vision, she put a pink ward down, so they know that they have no vision onto the Dragon. They also prevented them from taking Baron, so that will be a lot of gold for red team. 1,900, I think. No, it's 1k gold, yes. For red team, and now Nidalee, oh, she didn't. That's the thing about takedown, it doesn't cast immediately, so if it would have casted, then Nunu would have been fairly low, and we might have seen an amazing spear afterwards. But hey, have an amazing spear here. It didn't do that much damage because the range of Nidalee wasn't that far off, but hey, she is poking rather well. And is she going to poke some more? They have vision onto Gragas. He doesn't know apparently, but an unstoppable force from over this wall would have been awesome. I think Nidalee shouldn't have thrown her spear, because now they know that they know. But if Malphite was standing here and unstoppable forced right into here, they didn't have vision, of course. So it would have been a very risky unstoppable force, but it would have been an awesome one, because he would have gotten Gragas. But that's because I'm omnipotent and I can see everything. I am the spectator. Praise me for all my glory. So yeah, this middle lane will probably get destroyed. I don't see blue team defending it all that well, unless of course the barrels of Gragas are very good, which they are. And of course the artillery of Kog'Maw being used as well to just clear those minions as fast as possible, because they only need one auto attack onto that tower and they will then engage into a team fight. Red team is ahead, if only by a little bit, but they are ahead. So if Malphite is just able to tank one single turret shot, it will be more than enough for red team to take the kill onto the tower. And that spear was a hit onto Gragas, lowering his HP to almost half. And that's the unstoppable force. And this is the play I was talking about as well. Maokai was able to snare Malphite, so he wasn't able to do that much afterwards. But hey, he already used his ultimate, so the effects weren't that devastating no matter what. But at least they were able to zone away blue team, which is important because hey, guess what? It's another tower gone. More likely than anything else. And a nice spear by Nidalee once more. That's a nice position to be in for Nidalee. Just around the corridor, throwing down blind spears. They are very hard to dodge. As you can see, Nidalee now being fairly cocky. Will she survive? Well, she has a little bit of magic resistance, but that won't work against Jace. Or will it? Apparently it's more than enough. If Gragas is able to throw down his barrel, it will be a kill. He is willing, but it won't work. Janna now recalling at a very dangerous position. Lee Sin trying to do whatever he can. Will the sapling stop Janna? No, it won't. And the sapling is just going to run after her. But he died afterwards. Nice little red buff action going on by Kog'Maw, slowing down Lee Sin, slowing him down even more, but the brush might save him. It will not, thanks to the artillery, giving vision to Kog'Maw. Another ward placed down, but guess what? Ultimate by Gragas will be more than enough to get the kill. Great play by Kog'Maw. Lee Sin used 2 wards to try and get away, and it didn't work. The red buff dot was just too hard of a slow. And hey, he couldn't get away. A pity indeed. Is this going to be a Baron, however? It's the same scenario once more. Nidalees love this. They will just throw spears onto you, and guess what? Your tank is gone. Your other tank is gone. You can't stop a Nidalee spear from that side. A nice pink ward even, to prevent the enemies from having vision onto Nidalee, so that they might be able to dodge a spear. But in a dragon pen, it's already hard to do. You must actually all stand behind the Baron. At the same time, when Nidalee is moving like this, you need to move like this, so that she is actually helping you get Baron. But then once Baron is low, you need to stand in front of her, or else she will steal Baron. So it's always fun when the enemy takes Baron as a Nidalee, especially when you have blue buff, like now. So, time for a break. Dynamic camera, you know what to do. Oh, oracles on Nunu? Well then, that's a ward destroyed. And red team placed down a lot of wards, as you can tell by Lee Sin. Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage. Half of the HP gone of Jace. He's actually going to recall at a very dangerous position. Jace! What are you doing, man? Well, his main is Shaco, but still, don't do it like that. Another, well, that won't hit anyone. They do not have an oracles, which is a pity indeed. However, they did kill Jace, which was the top laner, who is more than likely the highest leveler in your team, together with the mid laner. Gragas is of course also very good at stealing Baron, keep that in mind, but they have vision onto him. And they are actually going in onto an Oracle's, which has only destroyed a single ward. Oh, the spear just out of range. Won't be able to get the kill. A nice barrel there, almost killing Lee Sin and doing a lot of damage to everyone on the team. They have vision onto Gragas, so they are going to chase him, but it's very hard to do. Lee Sin actually going in from the rear, but Gragas knows where he is, so he is not gonna get caught. And is going for safety. Oh, guess who just spawned? It's blue, so at least red team is able to steal blue. At least they're able to do something with their lead. Jace has now returned though. So it's now a 5v5 once more. They need to be careful because they took a lot of damage. They have a Nidalee. She can heal. So that's good. But it will cost her a lot of mana. And she really needs the mana for her actions with the spear. They are good at dodging her. Well, as long as they have vision onto her, they won't get surprised by a spear. Not at this elo. Not at all. So, middle tower actually fairly low as well. I don't know how blue team is going to go in onto it though. They have a feeling that they are behind. If only 3k, it's still a disadvantage to be in. But hey, you're not that far behind blue team. You can go and take a tower if you want. You need to work together. Well, they have a Malphite against them, so if they group up, then there'll most likely be an unstoppable force on their face, so they need to be careful. Where was the time when Nidalee traps could reveal wards? It was a glorious day. A glorious day indeed. Who needs oracles? I'm Nidalee. Well, it was a little bit overpowered, so I understand why they removed it. Well, actually, Lee Sin was able to do the same with his his Tempest, yes. It reveals targets, and it revealed wards. Another dragon for red team. So now they are ahead even further, already 4k instead of 3k. Well, yeah, dragon gives you 1k gold, so that's normal. Are they going for a Baron though? It's a very stalemate right about now. Both teams know that they're on equal footing. Well, at least that the enemy can kill them at any time. Well, then you should know. They know to be careful of each other. So it is actually a very careful game they are playing. Greg is trying to go and snipe a kill onto Lee Sin, but Lee Sin has a ward there, and so he has vision on him no matter what. They are moving like one cloud, which is dangerous against the Gragas, because if his barrel is able to hit you all, then your entire team is disrupted. Greg is now going aggressive onto Lee Sin. He didn't use his ultimate yet, which might be a good thing, even though it might have been a kill. So I don't know. I'll give him the better eye of the judgment. He knows it better than I do. I trust you. A lot of damage taken there by the spear, however, so they're already on half of their HP. A very bad thing indeed. Unstoppable force is ready. That could have been a major unstoppable force, but the blue team had a lot of movement speed thanks to Jace, his laser wall. Oh, Jace, you just love taking those spears, don't you? Lee Sin going in from behind, but Jace is of course very fast and will get away. Kog'Maw trying to prevent the red team from getting closer though. But this is the game they want to play, red team. They just want to play the poke composition. So all they're going to do is just push and just poke. And if blue team is fed up with it, oh my god, those are a lot of spears. They might go in, and then they have Malphite and Janna to disengage their engage. There's not much blue team can do right now. They can only try and hope that red team makes a mistake, goes for a Baron or something, and then they might go in and kill them. But for now, there isn't much they can do. They're lucky that Nidalee doesn't have blue buff for now. She could get it whenever she wants. But then, of course, she would leave her team behind. Oh, don't get caught there. Oh, that's not a lot of damage. Well, it was a close by spear, but hey. Oh my god, Malphite caught in between. Of course, he is the tank, so he doesn't really dislike his position that much. But his allies were a little bit too far off. Nidalee going to try and throw some spears down onto Jace. Will it work? I don't know. It actually missed. She wanted to go for Greg's instead on the other side of the map. Malphite now flashes away, so the tank is gone. Jace actually going after Malphite wasn't the right move at all. Valkyrie away by Corki, so they are able to disengage. The Valkyrie actually tagging the Baron. Oh my god, spear hitting our slot. That's a lot of damage onto him. And I'm going to cough, so for now I'm sorry. Oh my, that spear hit it as well. If only I didn't cough. If only. Another spear, please, Nidalee. Well, I can't, there's too many minions. Ah, go cry me a river. She already did. So disengaging here by red team, so blue team now would be able to do anything, but a lot of spears hit them as well, so they needed to regen as well. Greg is having a lot of gear here, almost perfect I might say. He is not going for the hourglass, which might be good for Gragas, I don't know. Instead he is going for some more spell penetration, which I can't really blame him for. Of course he also has a Doran's ring, which he can sell afterwards, so he still might be able to buy an hourglass, we shall see. That wolf made a sound, and that was a scary one. Now Maokai and both Nunu have oracles, so hey, you have wards, we'll destroy them. Janna has an oracles as well. Does Lee Sin have an oracles? He does not, so only Janna with the oracles. It's more than enough. You actually only need one oracles, but if you have the money to buy two, then you really impressionate the enemy team. They're like, oh my, they have two oracles. They probably made a mistake, but still, it's very impressive to see. Especially when they have 5k gold differentiation in there. Not on a positive way, but in a negative way. They are behind. Oh, Jace, you really love spears. How's your magic resistance? Well, he is going to buy a Hex Drinker apparently, so it should be fine after a while. Pings are going like crazy onto blue team. I don't know why. Pings are going down onto Baron or the bottom tower as well. So red team decides that, hey, bottom tower is pushing. We might go for a Baron, because if they don't go to bottom tower, I think our minions will destroy it. But Lee Sin is just being the safeguard here, trying to hit with a, well, sonic wave, but it won't hit, of course. It's very hard to hit. It has a very tiny hitbox. And now you have it, because the minions are pushing here, blue team doesn't know what to do. Now they realize that, oh no, they are taking Baron. But they have Nidalee trying to prevent them from getting closer by throwing spears down and doing a lot of damage on Maokai. Maokai now going in onto Nidalee, but it will be too late. Baron has been taken, and that's an unstoppable force by Maokai onto pretty much everyone on the enemy team. Nunu, only there, is going to do a lot of damage onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin didn't care, was dead thanks to the explosive casket of Gragas. Kog'Maw is dead, so that's the major damage part of blue team gone. Only Gragas remains, who is a very big damaging threat, of course, but not as big as a Kog'Maw. So Malphite did great going in onto the Kog'Maw, keeping him low. He was able to flash away, but it wasn't enough. Now going in onto the Gragas, was able to slow him down with the seismic shot. Corki, of course, will also be able to slow him down with Phage. It should proc eventually, and that's the ace for red team. So good job red team, taking the Baron at the right time. Pinks were going down. This tower actually wasn't destroyed by the minions. I thought it would have been. Corki tanking the tower so that Malphite would be able to get away, but Malphite wouldn't have taken that much damage from that tower. Recall, Malphite, you've earned it. Nidalee is still pushing like a Nidalee can and should. Her attack speed that she is given by her heal is quite big on high levels, so it should be good. What's the name of it? Primal Surge, yes. Whew, getting better, getting better. Well, I'm a Nidalee player, so I should have known it no matter what. But I haven't played her in ages, because I'm a support. Supports don't get to be Nidalee unless you pick Nidalee support, which I don't find viable at all. Maybe in the end game, probably in the end game. What else? Nah. Well, she can throw spears. I'll play support Nidalee, I've decided. I'll play her support for once, just for funs. With a Caitlyn. Should be fun with a Caitlyn, they both have long range, so you just snipe them down. And you both have traps, which is also awesome. Who needs wards when you can have traps? Well, I'll tell you who needs wards, both teams, and they are warding like crazy, especially red team again for now. However, it's not just wards that I can see on my minimap, it are traps as well, so it aren't as many wards as I would have thought. Well, red team needs to push the pressure on, I think. They have destroyed the Baron, so they have a Baron buff. They have the poke comp, so they should be pushing no matter what. And they decide to push the correct lane, which is the bottom lane. If they're able to destroy this lane, go all the way towards their inhibitor, then it will be even easier to destroy Baron at all time. if they're able to destroy the inhibitor. Oh my god, Malphite, you're supposed to be the tank. Don't get as much armor, get some magic resistance. But Corki is a very big threat as well, I know, alright, I can't blame you. As long as you're able to dodge his spears, you don't need as much magic resistance, but hey, just look at Kog'Maw. He was hit once and he's gone. Look at Gragas, he was hit once and he stays, for now. However, if he gets hit again, he will die. Oh my god, all the spears are hitting! Give us another one! Whee! Oh, didn't hit anyone. I thought it was a hit onto at least Nunu, who is taunting her and actually dodging by not moving, which is a very viable thing to do on high elo. Oh, that's not gonna work 3 times in a row, Nunu. A pity indeed. As I was going to say, on high elo, people tend to dodge. So if you don't move, it's actually a plus, because people... Actually a big damage there onto Malphite. Is he going to survive? He has Unstoppable Force, so he can't just jump over the wall if needed. Is going to Unstoppable Force onto Gragas. Will Gragas get him? He will not. So great moves there by Malphite, knowing enough that CC is the way to go. Lee Sin actually going to die to the Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw able to just snipe down everyone. Janna will not be able to heal you for that much damage, and if you ignore a Kog'Maw, that's what happens. That is entirely what happens. Corki is there as well, but oh Nidalee, that's a very quick Kog'Maw. Swallow's Reverie perhaps? I don't know. Blood Boil together with Blood Boil. And that's going to be a big Nunu ultimate onto Corki. Double kill on by Kog'Maw with his passive. Janna trying to do whatever she can. She's the only one standing. And they are going to go away. Afraid of a Janna? You should be. No, they shouldn't. But they aren't able to kill her, I think. Because she's Janna, she's quick. Even though you are a Maokai and a Nunu, she's still Janna. So as I was going to say before the fight happened, was that on high elo people tend to dodge. So if you don't move, people tend to miss you. Because they anticipate your dodge, so they will try and shoot where you are going instead of where you are standing. So if you stand still on high elo, you will be more likely to dodge something. It's funny. So a noob can dodge a skilled player's hits for a short period of time. Once the skilled player realizes you're not moving, it's even easier for him to hit you than before. Oh, a blue buff Janna, that would be awesome. However, she doesn't have any mana. She might have enough mana for a Zephyr. No, she's going to use it for a shield, so more attack damage. But hey, Dynamic Camera, I didn't thought you were on. Barrel going down by Gragas. She wasn't able to steal. And he's actually going to use his explosive casket for an ensured blue. And why not? The cooldown isn't that high. He has Deathfire Grasp, it gives him cooldown reduction, 50%. He is going for an Athene's Cup. No, I don't know why he goes for a Null Mantle, we shall see. A Null Magic Mantle. Baron should be about up. Dragon is already up, but I don't think Red Team... That's the thing about Dragon, really. In the end, you don't really care about him as much. Well, you can solo him with one person, so why should you? If Corki feels like it, he'll just go to the dragon and kill it. Which he probably will. Oh, guess who's out of position? It's Kog'Maw. He has, of course, a Phantom Dancer, so he's quite fast. Still, he might have gotten caught there if he stayed there for a bit too long. Ping's going down onto Dragon, so they will take him. Corki should just Valkyrie over the wall and kill it himself. But hey, better be safe than sorry. A lot of wards once more by Red Team at the Baron, so they have a clear vision no matter what. One spear is all you're getting from Nidalee. Smite has not been used, which is very important indeed, because Baron is about to spawn. If Lee Sin would have used his Smite, it would have been on cooldown on a very important time. Middle is being pushed, ladies and gentlemen. Gragas is out of position, ladies and gentlemen. So the only target that Red Team has is actually Kog'Maw. Gragas has recalled, so he should be there quite momentarily. Yes, he is. So let the poking commence. Look at Nunu, just taunting him by not moving. It won't work twice, unless of course Nunu has a lot of good reflexes and is just able to move the minute the spear will reach him. But look, it's not. Your non-dodginess won't work for eternity, Nunu. Baron has respawned, so you can see Red Team just disengaging immediately, hitting the Kog'Maw with a spear. However, Kog'Maw has the Bloodthirster, so he should be able to regen quickly enough to go into the fray. But they need to be way quicker than that, I might say. Red Team has started with the Baron. Janna checking out whether or not they are wards. There are none. Nidalee trying to zone them away will probably succeed with all those wards. She has perfect vision onto the enemies. Nunu can now no longer charge in. Maokai, however, can. And that's another spear hitting the Jace, who has a Guardian Angel, so he can die once. Kog'Maw very far in a good position, but not anymore, according to Maokai. However, Maokai is getting destroyed immediately, thanks to, well, Malphite to getting destroyed as well. So it's a bit of vice versa. Corki now going in onto Kog'Maw. He was exhausted, so he will die. He did have the Guardian Angel, so he will survive for a tad longer. Jace dying as well will not survive all the damage. Lee Sin killing Nunu as well, so that should be a fairly easy Baron, unless they're going for the chase, which they are. Nidalee is not going to find Kog'Maw, so Kog'Maw is going to recall. I didn't guess that they wouldn't go to him. Nidalee should throw a spear at that exact position, so yeah, there's no way you could escape. Trying to body slam away, it won't work. He might... No, that's a nice spear. That's an amazing spear! Corki now pushing a wise decision indeed. There's only one player to prevent them. And with a Janna, he should be able to kill Corki in a 1v1 scenario. Kog'Maw is losing a lot of mana thanks to those barrages. Oh, Janna, don't be cocky. 2 shots and you would have been dead. Baron is being done, however there's only 2 of them. Lee Sin should be able to tank Baron just good enough, and then Lee will heal him if needed be. So it should be fine. Corki and Malphite still going, so they just destroyed the inhibitor. Will destroy Kog'Maw immediately. A lot of damage there by Corki and Malphite. Janna surviving with an inch of her life. Maokai really wants to get the kill, but he will not be able to catch up to a Janna, because Zephyr gives her bonus movement speed, as well as Tailwind. Baron still hasn't been done yet. Everyone has respawned of Red Team, so, well, they didn't die, I think. No, nobody died. Malphite almost died there, but he was able to survive just barely. Proving that he is a better tank than Maokai. Mostly because he was able to farm top, whilst Maokai could only jungle. And that's the thing. Both Maokai and Malphite was tanking the entirety of the enemy team at the same time. However, of course, because Maokai was the jungler, he hasn't gotten as much money as Malphite did. So Malphite was able to tank just a bit longer than Maokai, an important bit, because then of course the entirety of Red Team was able to focus down onto the other players of Blue Team, giving them a significant advantage. They have Baron again, they took an inhibitor, the middle inhibitor, a fairly important inhibitor. Of course all inhibitors are important, don't discriminate. Nidalee with a Guardian Angel, me with lag? Sorry for the lag, guys, I don't know what happened. Maybe my antivirus has updated, probably. Take the blue! Take the blue! Thank you. Don't know why she was so afraid from taking blue. We'll never know. Ah, that's why maybe Gragas took a non-magic mantle as well. He's probably going for a Guardian Angel as well, but he doesn't have the money for it, unlike Nidalee. So Nidalee, perfect geared. She is going for an hourglass as well, has the needlessly large rod, so it will take a little bit more money, but not as much money as you would think. How much money does she have? Money! She only has 400, so she still needs about 1000 gold to get her item, but still. 1200 to be precise, I think, if she would have 400. Kog'Maw might be in a very bad position, I don't know. This team is there no matter what, and that's very scary. Top tower getting destroyed. Oh my god, Greg is taking a big hit onto his big belly. The bigger you are, the easier you are to get hit by a spear. This is especially true for Cho'Gaths. Man, I don't like playing Cho'Gath if he's big. I prefer him tiny. Though of course it's the enemy team doesn't like it as well, because if you're a Cho'Gath you soak up a lot of the damage that otherwise would hit another player if you weren't as big. So, will this tower get destroyed? According to the poke of Nidalee, it will not for now, but Lee Sin thinks no, we're going in, Malphite can tank, and a nice spear again onto Maokai, making his tanking abilities lower. Oh my god, that explosive casket hit almost nobody, so that's going to be an engage by Red Team. Maokai is dead. Nunu tried with the ultimate, but will not succeed. Exhaust going down on Nidalee will not work. Kog'Maw going to explode, will not get the kill, almost an ace. Double kill for Nidalee, only Gragas was able to get away. And that's going to be a GG, I think. Well, Surrender went down, so it's most certainly then not a GG for Red Team. Nidalee truly carrying like a goddess. I love Nidalees, what can I say? So guys, I hope you enjoyed. My voice didn't crash like yesterday, so I'm very happy. It was even a very long game, 50 minutes. Can you imagine? I probably hit the timer today because I think, hey, if you know when it's going to end, where's the surprise? So I hope you enjoyed the fact that I put a bar in front of it. If you like it, please say so. If you prefer seeing the time, well, you know the time. The video is like 15 minutes long, so there's actually no point in it now that I think about it. Forget what I said. I will not put a box in front of the timer because, of course, the YouTube video has a timer of its own. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Forget what I said, and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I do, whenever it is I'll do it. Bye!